Hey folks, ep.6 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Farm Sim 17 and Watts Farm with Seasons. Probably to this point my least watched series of anything I've ever done. Yeah, I gotta say, the amount of views I'm getting on this particular series make it hardly worth the doing. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, as you can see, we actually have a few piggies in place. I brought some water up, and that gave us enough to get things going, so I bought us 15 piggities. Now, having other than that a real issue. And oddly enough, I thought I'd resolved it by not saving the last time I went out. I've already recorded this episode and found out that I have a little bit of a problem. Whoa. That's a shortcut if you want to break your leg. And that problem is the cedar that we're using, which comes in the Massey pack, is completely unsuitable for this map. Now, I'm hoping I'm going to find that this is just sitting at the bottom of a field. No. Yeah, here's the issue, okay? Anywhere that we're even slightly not level, that cedar is so rigid that it basically just won't print, man. You know, and this unfortunately isn't our worst field, but as you can see, it's kind of a nightmare. There's just so many spots it won't seed because, you know, this edge is a little bit higher than this one, and it's only 4 meters, but on these smaller fields that's proving to be quite a detriment. So what I've done is done as much as possible, including, well, I kind of screwed this up. I didn't look when I first started, and well, as you can see, I've planted soybeans. There's an issue with that, and the issue is, if we have a look, we're not quite warm enough for soybean. Not by a fair bit. Now, I mean, it looks like we might only be a day or so off, but still, there you go. A noob's mistake. Yeah. So, but what I've decided to do, and I had a look in the mod hub, and I'll be honest with you, there's, as far as cedars go, there's just next to nothing. Now, field 1, and this is what I don't get, why this is actually a thing at the moment. And here's why. Because I still have this cedar. You see, in fact, as soon as I finished, well, we definitely don't have it. As soon as I finished the field that I was silly enough to put soybean in, I brought this down and sold it, and picked up the little in-game Kverneland one because I could not find anything on the mod hub. I didn't really want to go searching the mod sites because then, well, you just never know what you're going to get. And with the Seasons mod, I don't want to end up putting anything that's going to end up having some sort of incompatibility. So let's lower that down. Let's get out. Let's disconnect it. Now, unfortunately, we don't get much money for it. There we go. Okay. But, oh no! Oh no. Oh, I hate that. Oh no, man. Yes. Bloody thing. Ah, that sucks. Because I'm pretty sure that's going to screw us for what we need for actual fundage here. 18K, huh? Yes. Well, I guess I'm not going to buy the sunshade. No, we didn't lose too badly on that one. But still. Alright, now what we need is to pick this guy up. So, see, and this is where it gets weird. That field we were just in was sowed with that machine right there. Yet, as I said, when I stopped the game, I didn't save. So that purposely I wouldn't have the soybean field, I wouldn't have the other seeder at a point where I couldn't demonstrate what it was doing on the ground. You know, as it is, this thing should actually be about 60% full of soybean, this seeder, and should have been used entirely for that field. So yeah, that's kind of weird. It must be something to do with the Seasons mod. It must have some sort of field data thing it saves separately. Oh, excuse me. And I guess it must have some sort of a time thing on it as well. Oh well. That's a little bit weird. So, but hey, we now have, let's have a look at our field situation. Yeah. I don't think... field 1 is showing as soybean. Yeah, okay. So field 1 we've got in as soybean. Field 2, as you can see, I've only got the very outside edges, which again is really weird. Because, in fact, I did this field after this one. So yeah, there's something... Seasons does something odd with the save file. But, let's get this guy to the top of the hill and filled up and go from there. Because I want to finish this other field off before it flashes over to... In fact, I'm going to quickly crack us down to single speed. I want to get that field right there done before we hit the growth stage thing on the clock. But yeah, we can stop, please. You can see here the same thing happened. There was all kinds of spots that it just flat out missed, you know. And without fertilizers, we're going to be rough enough on crop here. Now this I can understand. I don't know that this is even cultivatable. That's almost a straight up hump. But the same token, the inflexibility and the rigidity of that 4-meter seeder meant it was much designed for a more level playing field. Literally. Alrighty. It's a interesting sky. Alright, now we still don't have FERT capabilities, which is okay, because that would have been an artificial fertilizer anyway. So let's fill up. Awesome. Put the cover on. And head back down. $1,300 worth of seeds. Now, it's not wheat I've got planted here, though, is it? No, it's canola. Now, can I actually plant canola? I guess I should look this time instead of being a noob. Yeah, it's just sunflower and soybean I can't plant yet, right? No, actually, canola. 5C. What's our temperature? 4. Oh. Dang, 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 dang. Maybe I've got to wait another day, eh? Oh, man. I have completely messed this up. Wow. So what do I do? Do I allow it to go to the other next day where I think it'll be alright? I may have to do that. Because so far, yeah, I've just buggered this thing silly, haven't I? Wow. Now, of course, this isn't going to fit because it's a meter smaller. Well, I guess it'll be a good experiment. The type that ends in total fail, no doubt, but yeah. See, I keep... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if... It's kind of deceiving that it shows the planting thing. If you go by here and don't look at the temperatures when you're doing it, it's a little bit deceiving. Because this shows exactly where we are, and we're on to these green. So, yeah. Wow. I guess first day you don't plant anything, basically. Except grass. Appears to be the only thing that's actually plantable on the first day, because it's 1 degree too cold for everything else. But, I guess at this point, not much I can do but carry on. And although this cedar is smaller, I think that may be one of the reasons that it is considerably more successful than what I was using, the Massey. Well, that's a good thing. At least it paid off in that respect. There we go. Seems to be reasonable on its seed dispersal. You know, some cedars, there's such a massive variance in how many seeds they put down over the same piece of ground. But both the Massey and this one seem to be about even. In fact, this one might be a little less. Which is closer to real? No, I have no idea. And I would think to some extent that sort of thing is probably rather adjustable on most cedars. I don't know. I would just, you know, Maybe that's something cattle and crops will throw on. An adjustable level for either fertilizing, which requires an adjustable level, I think, in this sort of a game, and seeding, which also I think could require an adjustable level. So I was having a look over on the PCSG site this morning, and just to check out what the latest and greatest happenings were with things with the Seasons mod and maybe the MR mod and that sort of thing. And there's, oddly enough, I don't know where I originally thought this or got this, but I had thought that on the release of the Seasons mod that it would be either inclusive or completely compatible with the more realistic mod. I thought they were sort of giving them a side-by-side kind of deal. I haven't really seen anything on either of those that gives any sort of indicator that they are in any way linked or compatible or anything, to be honest with you. But they may be, I don't know. As it is, though, there's still next to zero gear available for more realistic. I noticed that Blickling by Olbor has been released with the snow masks in place. Thank you, because in my opinion, after messing with it, the Seasons mod is not an end-user mod. It's a modder's mod. You know, it's something that you've got to be able to edit with Notepad. It's something you've got to be able to take into the Giants editor, etc., etc., which is, you know, not really a mod. So, and as I haven't yet heard back anything on the Old Ridge farm, I thought I'd have a look at the Blickling. Really, really nice map. A little bit, and this is nothing, believe me, about Old Boar's modding. A little bit less desirable to me than the Old Ridge farm, just simply because of playstyle, right? But beyond that, wow, really nice map, guys. Lots of stuff to do. Looks good, seems to run well. So if you're looking for a nice British map, I believe it's Norfolk region, maybe? I don't know. That might have dreamed of that. But I do recommend it. I've already done a map review on Blickling, so I didn't do a review of it. I just played around on it for a bit to check it out. So, you know, did the command to bring snow in and stuff and check out the masks and such. And cool, really cool. But hopefully I will hear from Mr. Castle and get Old Ridge up and running very soon. And I will at some point when I'm ready to once again watch the tutorial video and all of that, make another stab at modding this one to include a snow mask. But that's iffy. Like I said, the last time I did it, for some reason it appeared to all work, but obviously something wasn't right. And my buddy Reapy was nice enough to send me along a copy of the file where he had put the snow mask in, but it's still the same thing. You've got to go in and do all the editing and mucking about. The only thing you don't have to do is actually go into the Giants editor to do the snow masking, which I didn't find to be the hard part at all. In fact, that was one of the most enjoyable parts of the entire experience. You know, the rest of it, searching through miles of code, whether you get to use the search function or not, but, you know, to insert some new stuff and hoped it was the right place and yada yada was not nearly as much fun as using the editor, or like the Giants editor. So yeah, I definitely say this this seeder is considerably more Canadian with its seed distribution, which is my polite way of saying cheap as heck. So cool, just fits me to a T, this one. And I always have kind of liked this one. I thought it was a nice little seeder when they first introduced it here. It's getting on in the evening. I have slowed down to 1x time, but we're still burning oil here, let me tell you. And then that is the final thing I'll do here. I believe field 2. Is it field 2? The little, oh, 7. The little skinny one. I don't think I've put any crop on there yet. So nice to see this. This little guy's having no problem at all with laying a perfect seed bed down. So that's good. We lost a little bit of money to sell the other one and buy this one. Well, of course, it doesn't help that I accidentally sell our tractor. But, oh boy. It should work out in the end. Hopefully our piggies have had a good meal and they're all wandering over to the urinals and such. Whatever the heck pigs do. Actually, I've seen it and it ain't pretty. I've watched piggies, actually. They tend to not even bother to stop walking when it's time to have a poop. It's just, you're watching a piggy walk across his pen and all of a sudden he's, you know, producing plopulas behind him. So, yeah. In fact, I think that was the first time I'd ever seen any kind of animal do that. But there you are, if that was too much information for you. You gotta take those sort of chances once in a while. Yeah. I think, by guppies, we should pretty much be good. So yeah, I'll leave the smallest, skinniest, least yielding of our fields until it's actually a proper time to plant. So I imagine that field 1 is in the same thing, so we're just going to have to see what happens, I guess. But yeah, definitely, there you are, the ultimate newbie mistake, and there's no going back. None at all. So, oh boy. Alright, let's run up the time. Now I understand just as you approach the actual crop time you should slow things down, so... But I mean, it's only 7 o'clock. I don't think that happens till like midnight. Turn some lights on. Don't want the battery to go dead on me. See, watch, midnight or whatever it is, I'll hit and it'll show all my crops as dead. So yeah, I believe this is the only field we haven't actually ruined with foolish early seeding. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to go back down to normal time, I guess. There we go. I understand 5x is fine. Yeah, I guess 1 layer only because we don't... Yeah, grass is the only thing that we actually meet right now, so... Alrighty. Oh, hey, we can skip the night now. Left Alt N. Oh. So I take it this is when it's actually going to do its thingy? Cool. Alright, we lost 2K on vehicle, 322 on property, 450 on animal upkeep. Wow. Day 2, it's still only 4 degrees. Oh man. I wonder how badly we failed. I wonder. Because in reality, what it means, I think, is that I have wasted the entirety of this first part of the playthrough, because I think I've just planted a bunch of crops that we planted too early and therefore aren't going to survive. I'm not sure how that works. I mean, you know, by all rights here, come daylight, it should reach above the, you know, this is day 2. It should hit above the day 1 temperatures. Whoops, that isn't a pass-through anymore. Alright, let's get a little bit quicker here, shall we? Just till the sun comes up. Oh. There we go. Let's head down here and see what sort of disasters we're going to run into. See, I mean, it's not cold enough to frost, so by all rights this shouldn't really be an issue. I mean, the seeds will sit there stagnant. They're not going to start to grow until the temperature's up. But, yeah, I don't really think that it would kill them off. They're just, like I said, until we hit a certain temperature, we shouldn't get any growth. Okay, see, it's still showing us it's seeded. So, awesome. Ah, sunshine. Thank you. Let's slow back down to 15, or 5. Now, let's see if the pigs ate every dang thing I'd given them overnight, shall we? Ooh, yes they have. So, we need to... Where's my truck, man? There it is. Get the heck down to the store. And get some food. Whoa. We'd like to survive the trip, you know. So, now we know we're only going to get a day's food out of that thing. So, let's do this. Alright, we need select by, yes, okay. Okay, grab a few of these. Not sure how many that is, but I guess I don't need my flashlight on anymore. Let's see here. Nice. Okay. Da-da-da. Okay. I think I bought a couple more than I thought, but that's alright. It would appear that the piggies don't have any issues with chawing it down ASAP, man. 7:30, they haven't eaten for an hour. They're probably hungry. And that one. And the last one. There we go. Where will you fit? Right there. Nice. Okay. Alright. I'm happy with that. Can also put a net over it, eh? That's kind of cool. But I don't know. Either way, let's go. And it'll be the same thing as last time. Of course, I'll have to. Still only 4 degrees. I wonder if it's going to remain that way for the first 3 days, and if, like, as I said, in real life, it's simply a matter of right now the seeds are sitting dormant because it's too cold for them to sprout. Now, if that's the case, that's great. We haven't wasted anything. Well, possibly this soybean. Depends how long it takes to hit 10. But I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Hello, piggies. Oops, that one went a bit wild. Alright. And then again, I will go through the same process we did the last time. I'll grab the front loader and bring that down here. And that will get some more fodder into the piggies. So. Whoa. A bit rough. Yeah, this truck's a little bit zoomy. Whoa. Alright, let's just park it up here before we get in trouble, shall we? Indeed. Alright. So, here's the real question, though. Pig, pig, pig. 325 and 191. That's all we've gotten out of them so far. 10% of productivity at the moment, but that will pick up very quickly here. Alrighty. So, big favor to ask you guys. I'd really like to know why nobody really wants to watch this series. Seriously, this is the lowest views I've gotten on a farm sim series in, probably since FS15. And, yeah. Oh, one of my viewers pointed out there, oh, glad you like the white wheel on the Deutz, because I made mention of that last time. I thought it looked kind of classy. And then, well, but see, now that they've mentioned it, it looks like something that came out of a cheap 3D printer extruded in, you know, natural PLA or something. It's just... It is, in fact, a lack of texture. I think there's supposed to be a black texture over it that's, well, nay there. So, oh well. Alright, I'm going to feed the piggies. Not sure what you guys are going to do, but probably not that. And, I'm sort of thinking, as far as the series goes, I've got a feeling that maybe just what it is no one else is actually playing this map. And it does seem that the series do much better if you hook into a map that a lot of people are playing, then they tend to want to watch the same sort of thing go on someone else's farm. But that is, again, just a theory. If I'm just totally terrible at everything I'm doing here, well, let me know. I can take it, or I can tell you off. Depends what kind of mood I'm in. Anyway, this has been Species 7 for Watts Farms with Seasons. Heck, I like the place. Take care of each other, folks. And ciao for now.